Welcome to the Sandman Chronicles, The Navigator, Part 1, The Map of Silence. Before stars had names and continents had borders, there was only the blackness, untouched by meaning. And in that blackness, a single player dared to see. She was not born with the title Navigator. It was not granted by lineage or bestowed by counsel. It was earned in the crucible of silence, where the bold dared not speak and the wise dared not guess. In the hidden corners of the future, where holodeck universities whispered only what was allowed, she discovered the first secret. The moon was not what they claimed. While others mapped oceans on the earth, she mapped oceans on the moon. Where others saw craters, she saw coasts. Where others saw shadows, she traced continents unseen and unexplored. Her heart, a pure instrument of discipline, revealed the heresy of her age. There were vast realms beyond the known maps, lands untouched, civilizations erased, histories unwritten by any council's decree, beauty and treasures to be found. She built her theory carefully, like a bridge across a void. She placed the continents over the lunar scars, mapping Earth through the looking glass of the heavens. With the analema as her compass, the sun's endless figure-8 dance in the sky, she charted not just places, but times. Each loop of the analema was a portal. She detailed that it wraps around each of us with a slightly different angle every year, recording the world's actions. Each skew a window, each intersection a doorway, through memory into destiny. The villains who ruled the academia of thought moved quickly. Her titles were stripped, her proofs labeled myth, her name erased from the annals of acceptable knowledge. But what they could not erase was her sight and ability to guide. She mapped in silence what they denied aloud. She discovered what they feared most, the custodians to some, and the forgotten to the others. 13 immortals hiding in the folds of time, weaving games across hidden continents and secret epochs. She did not weep when she was exiled. She did not rage when her papers were burned. She smiled because she had already seen the map, because the Sandman, the ship that no mortal built, whispered to her in dreams of flexible black metal and living organic thought, because she knew to navigate the unknown, one must first embrace the silence. And so she departed, with no ceremony and no regret, to where darkness deepened into space, to where the Sandman waited, asleep among the forgotten realms and ruins of Saturn's rings, far from the blindness of the governed earth. She boarded without fear. She charted her course without permission, and she spoke the first true words of the Navigator into the vacuum of the stars. I know where I am going. The blackness shuddered. The map unfurled. The journey began. Part 2. The Path of the Unseen. The Sandman awakened beneath her touch, not with the hum of engines nor the clatter of gears, but with a living sigh, as if relieved to be understood at last. Its hull, seamless and supple, shimmered with an awareness that defied every law the old world had written. It bent, breathed, and moved with her command, not through levers or switches, but through the silent dialogue of purpose. In the hollow between Saturn's bones, she began her true work. She programmed nothing. She persuaded. With the analema's shifting loops plotted in her mind and the hidden continents mirrored in the moon's scars, she aligned her course. No maps, no coordinates, only the certainty of knowing. The Sandman responded, folding through space like a thought, like a sigh, leaving no ripple, no trace for pursuers. She crossed the frozen and lush seas of unseen earth, lands untold to common history, where ancient fires still smoldered beneath glacial veils and untold abundance of floral and fauna. She saw citadels swallowed by ice, lush valleys trapped in timeless bloom, and monoliths abandoned by forgotten architects, habitants of lands that looked like humans, just a different shade of wheat and color. The villains hunted her. They sent seekers, shadows, and whispers to entrap her. She evaded them all, not through speed, not through violence, through stillness. Where others raced, she paused. Where others fought, she flowed. The navigator mastered the art of vanishing into the unseen paths of time and space, and slowly, patiently, she began to assemble them, what the future knows as the champions. She found the mentor among the wreckage of broken wisdom, whispering secrets into the air. She found the champion lost among his own reflections, a blade yearning for a cause. They did not seek her. She summoned them wordlessly across the divide, not with promises, not with lies, with gravity. The navigator did not command loyalty. She became the pole star they could not ignore, and together they began to glimpse the vastness of the battle ahead. The Sandman, their living vessel, the hidden continents, their field, the immortals, their players. The game has begun. And through it all, the navigator never lost the first truth she spoke into the blackness. I know where I am going. Part 3. The Compass of Becoming. In the deep hush between galaxies, the navigator stood at the prow of the Sandman, her eyes reflecting not the stars, but the unseen currents of destiny. She no longer needed maps. She was the map. Each breath she took harmonized with the great rhythm of existence. Each thought stitched her closer to the lattice of cause and effect, the weave of time and choice. Karma is the currency of existence. She no longer measured herself against what was known. She measured herself against what could become. The champions gathered, including Bandit, Renegade, and Enigma, and now you, the player, drawn by the silent certainty she carried. She taught them not with speeches, but with glances, not with orders, but with movements. She walked as though the ground formed beneath her step. She spoke as though the future listened. And they learned. They learned that a navigator's greatest power was not her knowledge of the stars, nor her mastery of hidden maps. It was her absolute harmony between thought, emotion, word, and action. She did not guess. She did not hope. She became. When the storms of the unseen worlds howled, it was she who held the course. When betrayal and doubt wormed into the crew, it was she who severed illusion from truth with a single look. And when the final maps burned, when all instruments failed, it was her inner compass that guided them through the darkness, where no light, no memory, no prophecy could reach. She revealed the final lesson to her crew with no ceremony, in a moment so small it might have been missed. To navigate the vastness, she said, one must first navigate oneself. The Sandman shimmered with agreement. The champions understood. It was not the stars that would save them. It was not the ship. It was the becoming of what they already carried inside them, the inexhaustible compass of a spirit aligned and a soul ignited with its truest course. It was the element of water in the gut, permeating infectious joy. It was the element of air in the mind, offering unwavering faith. It was the element of fire in the heart, giving unstoppable will. And the element of earth, the body, providing immovable purpose. And in that realization, the navigator smiled once more, not because the journey was ending, but because it was truly beginning. The blackness yielded. The stars sang, and the Navigator, eternal and serene, whispered into the currents of the unseen. Now you are seen, and I know who I am becoming. And so she sailed onward, not just through space, not just through time, but into the infinite unfolding of destiny itself.